everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to add new PagerDuty incidents in Google Sheets. So I am using PagerDuty, which is an amazing issue and incident management software to manage all the issues raised in my organization. And my objective is that whenever a new incident will be raised in PagerDuty, automatically a record should be created of that same incident in Google Sheets. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between PagerDuty and Google Sheets, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So Pabbly Connect works on two principles, trigger and action. So in trigger, we are going to take PagerDuty, and in action, we are going to take Google Sheets. And we will simply connect both of them with the help of Pabbly Connect to automate this entire process. And to learn this entire automation step by step, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to record PagerDuty incidents in Google Sheets. So I'm having a software company and I'm using PagerDuty, which is an amazing application to manage issues and incidents raised in the organization, generally related to software. Now my objective is that whenever an incident will be raised, in PagerDuty, I want to create a record of that incident in my Google Sheets. So I have prepared a spreadsheet which will record all the details related to the incident, such as the title of the incident, the date on which the incident is raised, and the priority level of the incident. Now, how I am going to automate this entire process? For this, I am going to set up a connection between PagerDuty and Google Sheets. And that I'm going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of this amazing software Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect allows us to set up connections between multiple applications without the requirement of coding and programming skills. This is the homepage of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by tapping this URL pabbly.com/connect. After coming over here, we can find two options: sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, you can directly click on sign in, but if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button to create your free new account. Also, when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now, because I'm already an existing user, therefore I'm clicking on sign in. This is the all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on this dashboard, we can find all of our workflows which we have created, and we can also create different folders over here to save our workflows accordingly. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. So let's do that. Here a dialog box has appeared in front of us, which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, let us provide a name over here. So I'm going to give a name. Add new PagerDuty incidents in Google Sheets. After giving this name, here I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. So I am going to select this incidents management automations folder, and now let's click on create. As we have run that, we can find that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. So as I've already told you that Pabbly Connect runs on these two principles. So basically these two are the main concepts or the building blocks on which the entire automation runs. The trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. Now let's suppose we want to record the incidents which are raised in PagerDuty in our Google Sheets. Therefore, we are going to take, let's say, PagerDuty in our trigger and Google Sheets in our action. And we want that whenever a new incident will be raised in PagerDuty, automatically that incident should be recorded in Google Sheets. So here we can clearly see that action is following what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the incident is raised in PagerDuty, then only the row is added in Google Sheets and the data is added. So here, after understanding the concept of trigger and action, let's start creating the workflow step by step. First of all, we will select our trigger application, and that is PagerDuty. Now, after selecting the application, we have to select the trigger event. So, incident is triggered is our trigger event over here, because whenever an incident will be triggered, that means whenever a new incident will be raised, automatically we are going to receive the response of that incident in Pabbly Connect, and with that response, the workflow is going to trigger instantly. Now, as we have selected that, we can see that a webhook URL is provided to us along with some instructions. So, we have to follow these instructions step by step and very carefully in order to set up a connection between PagerDuty and Pabbly Connect. And for that, the webhook webhook URL is going to act as a bridge for sending the data from PagerDuty towards Pabbly Connect. So we will simply copy the webhook URL. Then we have to read the instructions given over here. So we just have to log in towards PagerDuty account first of all. Then we have to go towards integrations. Under integrations, we will find the option of generic webhook. So we have to select that. Under that, we have to enter some details. And in those details, we have to paste the webhook URL as well. So I'm going to first of all take you towards my PagerDuty account. And then I'm going to tell you exactly what we are supposed to do. So this is my account. This is the incident section. Now from the top we can find the option of integrations. Under integrations we can see the option of generic webhook. So let's select that. After coming over here, we have to click on this new webhook button to create a new webhook. As we have done that, we have to enter the details over here. First of all, we have to paste the URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect in this webhook URL field. Okay, you have to look very carefully what I'm showing. Now the next is scope type. So we will go back towards Pabbly Connect. It is given over here that we have to select scope type as service. So let's do that. Here I'm going to select service from the drop down in the scope type. Now we have to select scope item. So here we will go back again, and here it is given that we have to select service or team under scope. So we will select service over here. So I'm going to select first service, let's say. Okay, done. Now the next is the description. So we have to provide a name to this webhook which we are creating. So I'm going to create this connection in order to add the details of the incidents raised in PagerDuty in my Google Sheets. Therefore, I'm going to enter the description as Google Sheets record. Okay, you can give the description over here according to your requirements. After giving the description, here we have to move towards the event subscription. So first of all, I'm going to deselect all. Okay, and now we will go back towards Pabbly Connect, and it is given in the instructions that we have to select incident trigger in event subscription. Okay, so I'm going to search for incident trigger. We are going to select that, and now we are going to click on add webhook. As we have done that, the webhook subscription is created. So let's simply click on OK. And as we have done that, let's go back towards Pabbly Connect. Here you can see that our webhook is added with the name as Google Sheets record. So we will move back, and here it is showing waiting for webhook response. This means that now we have to do a test summation. How we are going to do that? By creating a test incident in PagerDuty. Okay, so that the response of that incident could be captured over here. So I'm going to go back towards my PagerDuty account. We will go back, and we will go towards the incident section. So these are all the incidents which are already created. It contains following details. Okay, this is the status of the incident. Okay, this is the priority level, this is the urgency, the title, and the date and time at which the incident is created. Now, in order to create a new incident, we are going to click on this new incident button, and here we have to provide certain details for that. First of all, we have to select the service. So I'm going to select first service over here. Okay, so when the incident will be raised in this particular service, we want to receive the response. Here it is asking us to whom you want to assign this. So I'm going to select default over here. Now we have to provide the title of our incident. So I'm going to provide the title, let's say as critical application error, payment processing failure. Let's suppose there is an issue in my software, and that issue is related to application error. The incident is based on payment processing failure. So I have given this title. Now I'm going to select the urgency. So I'm going to select high urgency over here. Incident priority will be P1. And now after giving these details, if you want, you can also provide additional responders to notify, okay, that whom you want to notify for this incident. Now I'm going to provide the description. Okay, so description of this incident could be: users are experiencing issues while attempting to process payments through the company's e-commerce platform. Upon investigation, it has been identified that the payment processing module of the application is throwing errors, preventing customers from completing transactions successfully. So this is the description of the issue. Okay, now I'm going to click on create incident, and the incident is created over here. So this is our incident, this is the title, this is the description, and here are all other details. Okay, so now let's go back towards Pabbly Connect, and here we will see that whether we have received the response or not. And yes, we can see that we have already received the response over here. Event resource type is incident. This is the event occurred time. Okay, this is the event ID. Here is the event type. Okay, urgency, title of the incident, critical application error, payment processing failure. Status, that is triggered. So because we have selected incident triggered, therefore now whenever a new incident will be raised or triggered inside PagerDuty, we are going to receive the response. And because we have received this response, this means that our connection is successful. Now what we want to add the details of this incident in Google Sheets. Okay, for that we have to set up a connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. So let's move forward. Here we are going to set up a connection, and for that we have to move towards our action step, and we have to select Google Sheets in our action application. So let's select that. Now we have to select the action event. So our action event over here will be add new row, because we want that whenever a new incident will be raised in PagerDuty, a new row should automatically be added in Google Sheets, and that row should contain all the details related to the incidents. Now let's click on connect. From the given options, I'm going to go with existing connection because I've already built a connection with my Google Sheets account. But if you want, you can also create a new connection by clicking on this add new connection, and then you have to click on this sign in with Google. Okay, once you will do that, your connection will be successful. Now I'm going to click on save. And as we have done that, we can see that Google Sheets is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. So we have to select following details in order to enter the data. First of all, we have to select the spreadsheet name. So I'm going to take you towards my spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet name, PagerDuty incidents. It is going to record the details of the incidents raised in PagerDuty. It contains following fields: title, date, priority, and urgency. Okay, so first of all, we have to select the name of our spreadsheet. It is selected correctly over here. Let's move forward. And as soon as the spreadsheet name is selected, we can see that the sheet name is also selected because we only have one sheet over here as sheet 1. Now the next is title, date, priority, and urgency. All the details which we have received from the PagerDuty response. So one by one, we will simply enter the data, and we will use mapping over here to insert the data. Mapping is inserting data from previous step. Here our previous step is given, and here are all the details. We want to map the title first of all, which is given over here. When we will select that, it is mapped. So when we have mapped this title, it has become dynamic. That means with each and every new response, it is going to be replaced automatically. So whenever a new incident will be raised in PagerDuty, automatically the title is going to be replaced from this field, and a new title will appear over here. But in case if we will enter the data manually over here by typing or by copy and pasting, then it would have become static, and then it is not going to replace. Therefore, to automate the entire process, we use mapping. Now after mapping the title, we will map the date as well, and here we can see that we have not received the date in the correct format, but along with the date we have also received a time which is not actually required in my case. So I do not want to record the time, therefore I'm going to separate this date from the time, and I'm going to format the date for that. How we are going to do that? With the help of date time formatter. So let's click on this add action step button in between, and now we are going to select date time formatter in our action application. Now we will select the action event. So our action event over here will be format date only, as I only want the date. Now date time formatter is an amazing feature by Pabbly which allows us to format the date and time according to our requirements in the workflow. Okay, now let's click on connect. Here we have to provide the date which we want to format. So I'm going to quickly map the date over here. So the date is this event occurred at. Okay, so this is the date and time which we want to format, and because we have mapped this, it is going to be replaced each time with a new response. The next, it is asking us from format, that in what format we have received the date in our response. So we have received the date in this particular format which contains T in between, so I'm going to select this particular format only. And the next, it is asking us to format, that in what format we want the date. So I want the date in simple format, that is date, month, and the year format. So I'm going to simply select that, and we will now click on save and send test request button. We have received the date in the correct format, 22/4/2024, date, month, and year. So now we are going to use this date which we have received with the help of date time formatter in order to map the date over here. We have mapped the date. Now it is asking us the priority. So we will quickly map the priority over here. So the priority is P1, and now we will map the incident urgency. We have mapped that as well. So when we have mapped all these details, now as I told you that they have become dynamic, and now it is going to change with each and every new response. Let's click on save and send test request button. And we can find that we have received the response. So let's go and check whether automatically the row is updated in Google Sheets or not. And yes, we can find that the new row is added over here with all the details. This is the title, this is the date, this is the priority, and the urgency. This means that our connection between PagerDuty and Google Sheets is perfectly successful. So let's check this connection once again, whether it is running fine or not as we have created. So we'll go towards incident section once again, and here I'm going to add one new incident. And as soon as I will do that, automatically the data will be added in Google Sheets. So here, first of all, I'm going to select the impacted service, assign to as default, and I'm going to provide a title over here for the incident. Data breach, unauthorized access to personal information. Okay, let's say this time the incident is related to data breach. Okay, here I'm going to give the urgency as high. Okay, incident priority as P1. Okay, and now I'm going to provide the description over here. The company security monitoring system has detected unauthorized access to a database containing sensitive personal information, including customer names, addresses, and payment card details. Okay, so I have entered the details. Now I'm going to click on create incident, and the incident is created over here. So as soon as we have created the incident, here are all the details. Let's go and check whether automatically a new row is added over here. And yes, we can find that without any manual efforts, a new row is automatically added with all the details. This is the title, data breach, unauthorized access to personal information. This is is the date, priority and the urgency. This means that our connection and our workflow is perfectly fine. So let's summarize what we have done here in the workflow. So we have taken very simple steps: trigger and action. In trigger we have taken PagerDuty, and in action we have taken Google Sheets, and in between we have also applied date time formatter, and we have connected all of them with the help of Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever a new incident will be raised or triggered in PagerDuty, automatically that incident will be recorded in Google Sheets, and we have used date time formatter to format the date of the incident according to our choice. Okay, in this way you can very easily create this automation. You can use this automation for any kind of incidents which are being raised in your organization in PagerDuty. Okay, accordingly you can select your account, the description and all the details, and in case if you want to record time along with the date of the incident, then you can also format the date and time accordingly. Okay, now this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends, and also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.